What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Love After Love After Lockup, you guys. Season 5, episode 36, you guys. This episode was, oh my God, this episode right here. But this episode was titled Ready or Not. Ready or not for a lot of things. But before we get into it, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into this episode of Love After Lockup, shall we? All right, you guys. I really have no idea where to start up with this episode because I think everybody in this episode was something weird with them all, right? I guess we'll start up with the couple who gave us the kind of the least in this episode, and that would be Christine and Julian. Now, Christine and Julian, remember last week I told you guys about those two getting arrested. Well, you know, them getting arrested, right? Them shoplifting at Walmart. My God, that is terrible. So Christine and Julian, they are finally leaving the hotel that they were staying at, right? So they're going to be they're leaving West Virginia and heading to wherever the hell it is that Julian stays at, right? Christine and that crooked ass mouth. I'm sorry. It just, every week, although I think Christine is a hoot and she's, you know, she makes me laugh, baby, it be that mouth. And I'm like, girl, I still think you on drugs. And I'm going to tell you somebody else I think is on drugs. And I'm looking at their face, Joey's. Because Joey's face is sunken in. And I noticed that in this episode. His face looked a little sunken in, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. But Christine is just ready to get out of West Virginia. But before they left West Virginia, Christine decided to take, oh my God, I hollered when she did this. Christine and her crooked mouth decided to take, what's his name? What is her boy? Julian to the bank that she robbed. I was like, why would you want to go back to the scene of the crime? Are you even welcome there? Like, I would think that you couldn't be with any, you know what? I always wondered that too. Like, when people who rob banks, I'm pretty sure they can never get a bank account, right? Because you have a felony for bank robbery. So I would assume you can't get a bank account, right? But I would assume you also can't be within, especially at least 100 to 50 feet of the bank that you robbed. But Christine took him down to that bank, and I was like, girl, this is not going to end the way you think. I don't know what you was expecting coming back to this bank. But they went down to the bank. She told him how it happened, how in her research, she just read that all you got to do is take a note to the teller, put on there to give me all your 50s and your 100s. And I was like, Christine, girl, you really didn't get away with that much money from one particular teller, did you? And Julian asked how much she got away with. She said about $2,000. I was like, $2,000 all you got? You would have been better off doing a damn set it off and just asking, give me all your motherfucking money, bitch. Give me the money, ho. Give me your money. Like, you would have been better doing that. You would have been better having a gun or a knife and telling them to give you all the fucking money. Out of your drawer, out of your drawer, out of your drawer, back there, wherever else you got money. Girl, you only got away with $2,000? Oh, okay, Christine. If you like it, I love it. I don't. But it is what it is, right? So after that, they were walking through the parking lot. I don't know if that was the actual cops or if that was a patrol that came through, but Christine freaked out. And then we found out why Christine freaked out. Because Christine can't be like she can't get pulled over. She can't do nothing involving the cops because if she does, she has to go and tell her PO what happened, and that would be a violation. I'm like, so let's say a cop just was fucking with her just for the fuck of it, because let's not pretend like they don't do that, that they just don't fuck with people just for the fuck of it. So she would be in violation because of that. Like, that sounds kind of bogus, but okay, who am I to judge or anything of that nature? So they finally make it to Julian's townhouse, right? Now, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but in these last few episodes of Love After Lockup, when the fuck did Julian ever mention that he had kids? Did Julian ever mention that he had kids? He did mention his ex-wife, but Julian ain't never, and I mean never, made mention of no damn kids. Child. So now Julian's a smart one. Let's say Julian's a smart one because he is not going to introduce Christine to the kids until they meet his ex-wife. I was like, cool. But he has he has the kids, like, I forgot what the schedule was, but there's a schedule for him having the kids. And I was like, so how are the kids going to come to the house and not see Christine? I'm like, okay. You know what? If they want, child, they'll figure it out, but they are an interesting, odd couple. They are very interesting and very odd. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about that. And we can discuss it in the comment section below, you guys. Like I said, just very, very interesting couple. Extremely interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. That's all I gotta say. Let's go ahead and move on to our next couple, you guys. Who do we want to get out the way? Oh, because now we're just going into the land. Now at this point, I feel like we're going into the land of the delusions, because these next few people, the things that they were doing in this episode, I was like, y'all shouldn't have done them in the first place. You know what? Let's start up with the worst of them all: Bianca and Daniel. You know, part of me really wants to feel bad for Bianca, but here's the thing with Bianca. Bianca is 23 years old, right? So Bianca thinks she's grown. Bianca thinks she knows what's best, right? But first of all, where the fuck are her parents at? Where are her parents? Because like her friends are trying to tell her this is not the best idea, right? Now, mind you, she's on the phone with Daniel, and she's still in her feelings because Daniel's father asked her about, her being, what was the name of that? Is she mentally stable? He asked a very valid question, because what you're doing, a mentally stable person, I don't think would do, right? I know for a fact I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna uproot my life to go to another state to be with a convicted felon that is getting out of prison. Listening to him talk, he still sounds like he want to go back to prison because he doesn't want to obey the laws. Like, hell to the nah. Fuck no. Hell nah. So no, are you mentally stable? I wasn't mad at his daddy for asking that question, because I wanted that question myself. So her friend, that's with her, I think her name was Haley, right? Her friends have so much more sense than she does. And I'm like, damn. Y'all can't take part of your brain and put it in her head, because her friend that talked to the guy that talked to Daniel, and then this friend right here, they both see what we all see, that this is a train wreck waiting to happen. But you know what? It's like my grandmother used to say to me when I was younger, right? A hard head makes for a soft ass, right? And it was another saying. A hard head makes for a soft ass. You got to learn that fat meat is greasy. and all those kind of things, right? And I think that that's what's going to be the situation when it comes to Ms. Bianca. I think Bianca's going to have to learn a lesson the hard way, and it's very unfortunate because, I mean, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could see the writings on the wall when it comes to Mr. Daniel, that this ain't gonna be what you think it's gonna be. I think you're in for a world of heartache. That's what I think. But who am I? Just somebody that's watching this show, been watching this show for a very long time, and you know, when you typically see the writings on the wall with this show, it usually is gonna come to fruition. So she is getting ready to, you know, go and head out to Arizona. I was like, girl, you know what? I still think you're stupid. Because she was on the beach praying to God, saying, you know, send her a sign that she's doing the right thing. I was like, girl, he ain't finna send you no sign that you were doing the right thing. He might send you, he gonna send you a sign, all right, but I don't think it's gonna be the sign that you're asking for. And then you see her on this phone call with Daniel, and no. Then she also talked about the fact that she sent him marriage papers. He didn't sign them. I was like, girl, stay at home. Also, you got a lot of trauma that you need to work through. Like, you lost a baby. Like, you need some therapy. You did not, like, after that accident happened to you, you really should have gotten some therapy, because you ain't, again, the daddy asked the question, are you mentally stable? You're not. I know you took offense to that, but you're not mentally stable, because you've dealt with a lot in a short time in your life. You almost lost your life. You lost your child that you were carrying. Girl, you're not mentally stable. You have some issues that you need to work through. Like, let's be real about this. Let's be real about this. Let's be real about this. Then she said her friend was jealous of her. I was like, baby girl, I sincerely doubt that she's jealous of you with a convicted felon. Girl, absolutely not. Miss me with all of that. I do not believe that your friend is jealous of you. What is there to be jealous of? You know what I'm saying? What the hell is there to be jealous of? Girl, goodbye and good night. Let's go ahead and move on to the next couple, you guys. Oh, God. Like I said, we're going from worse to worse. Next up is Kim and Joey. Like I said, Joey's face looks a little sunken in. I ain't saying he on drugs, but I'm just saying that face is sunken in. So Joey made it back to the house. Kim is asking Joey where he was. He told her, don't worry about it. On Christmas Day, ain't nothing open on Christmas Day. Well, you know what? These days, you know what? It's so interesting, because back in the day when I was growing up, there was nothing open on Christmas Day. Like, fast food wasn't open, but now these days you got fast food restaurants that be open on Christmas Day. You got grocery stores that be open on Christmas Day. Now, in my hometown, they be open for a few hours and then they close. Like, you got stuff that do be open. The only thing that used to be open on Christmas Day were gas stations. I know here in my area, that would be the only thing that would be open, would be gas stations. Other than that, everything else was closed. So I'm like, where the fuck did he go? Neither here nor there. He told her not to worry about it, so she didn't worry about it. But she still got the air tags in his car, and it's just like, Kim, if you didn't trust this man, why did you bring him home to your kids? Like, that's weird to me, bro. So his mom and his niece came over. I feel bad for his niece, because when she was like, when she was in the 6th grade, she found one of his needles. I was like, oh God. So you just left your needles out where anybody could find them, even a young kid? Reckless. Then on top of that, she said when he got out in 2018, she gave him $40 that she really didn't have, and he went and got some drugs with it. Baby, I would have had my hand right out. Whenever you get a job, motherfucker, I want my $40 back. Like, I would have said that. My $40, it better be back in my hand pretty soon. Whenever you get a job, because I know that Kim got you a car. So in the meantime, actually, you know what? Let's go ask Kim for the. You know what? Never mind. Kim ain't got the $40. Kim is so. You know, when I think about Kim, I really do pity the fool because Kim is a fool. Like, girl, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Kim. I got a question for you, real quick. How the fuck can you afford them air tag? You can afford an air tag. You can afford car insurance because you obviously. So, I saw a lot of people in different comment sections saying that Kim's father gave her the car. That's fine and dandy. You still got to pay insurance on this motherfucker. So you got enough money to buy some fucking multiple air tags. And them things ain't even. Them things are not cheap. Let's see how much an air tag costs. Because I want to know how much a motherfucking. Them things are over $100. I know that, right? No. So you can buy them at Target for a pack of $29. You can buy them at Best Buy for $74. Okay, so they're not that expensive. But they are expensive. Because you bought multiple air tags. So if they're $29 a pack, how many packs did you buy? Bitch, you damn near spending, like, you spending a lot of money for air tags. You spending money for car insurance. You paying all the bills at this place, right? You buying groceries and you taking care of your kids. You stupid. You stupid. You're a fool. You're a fool. But you talking about you don't make a lot of money and you make $15 an hour, but you also want to let this man use your goddamn your credit or debit card to buy them Christmas gifts over $300 and you said you didn't have the money. Girl, the math don't math with me for you, and it also tells me that your elevator is stunted, that hoe don't leave the ground floor. If it do leave the ground floor, it only goes to the floor number 1 and it stops right there. So, Joey told his niece that he's sorry and that he changed, and she wants him to prove it to her, right? Rightfully so. So then Kim's dad got there. He brought up that dirt bike. Joey said he didn't steal the dirt bike, but Kim's daddy don't believe it at all. And I was like, yeah, I believe Joey stole that goddamn dirt bike, right? After listening to his niece, Joey stole that dirt bike. Joey, go get that woman's daddy's dirt bike and give it back to him, or even pay him for that dirt bike. Because Joey's like, well, I didn't steal it, but you know, I at that time I was buying, you know, I did buy stuff from people that other people stole. Well, Joey, what is that called? Theft, dumbass. Like, it's theft. If you bought something that somebody else stole from somebody, nigga, it wasn't theirs to give to you or sell to you. So that is still considered theft. So after that, Joey went and proposed to Kim. Now, when I saw him putting that ring on her finger, I was like, I don't know if that ring fit. That ring looked like it was a little too small for her finger. But she got it on there, and she said yes. Good luck to Kim and Joey. That's all I got to say. I ain't got nothing else for them. That's all I got to say for Kim and Joey is good luck to the two of them. All right, you guys. So now we are getting to the... you know what? We'll go to the couples scene who I thought was hilarious. Zaraya, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Zaraya and Troy, right? Y'all, we saw last week that goddamn edible had hit Miss Karen. Because Miss Karen in that church laughing and crying. Now, I ain't never been that high to where I cried. I have been that high to the point where I hysterically laugh. I've been that high plenty of times before, right? Especially my first time doing the edible. Ooh. And it was a homemade edible at that. That high lasted from 8 o'clock at night. And that high didn't wear off until, that high wore off a little bit before 1 a.m. Yes, I was high for hours. I was high for hours. Because it was, I think it was like, it was a little bit before 1 a.m. when that high finally wore off. Now, what I will say to you guys, though, is although the high lasted from 8 o'clock at night until 1 in the morning, the time went by very slow because it really only felt like an hour. Like when I tell you guys time went by super duper slow, it felt like an hour. It felt like an hour, but it was it was longer than an hour, and I had to go to work the next morning, right? So I meant to mention this last week about that church. Why are there so many chairs in that church, but it's so many empty seats? Like it's one person for every, I would say, 5 seats, because you got Kim and Troy and the son and Miss Karen sitting on the front row, but then the people behind, baby, it's one man sitting behind them that said they got a shirt on that say it's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. I was like, say what now? Then by him, it ain't nobody sitting there. You got somebody all the way down on the other end. I was like, why are there so many damn chairs in this church with no people in here? It's more people in the choir than it is in the pews. Well, them ain't pews either. Them ain't even pews. Them are just literally chairs. But I was confused. Now, Zaraya, she gets on my nerves. She gets on my nerves because y'all can see that Karen didn't want to go to church in the first place. But it feels like y'all kind of drug her there, right? So Karen got to the point where she's like, you know what, this is dragging, and she left the church. I was like, girl, now she walked out. And she said, yes, I am. And I was like, this is that. You know what? What I will say when it comes to Karen, I think some of it was the edible, but I also do think that something in her father's sermon probably touched a nerve when it came to Miss Karen, and I think that's why Miss Karen left. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention last week, Zaraya's mama, ma'am, let it go. Troy is not finna become a minister today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Troy is not gonna become a minister. And I want her to let go of that pipe dream that he's gonna become one. Like, y'all cannot force that man to become a god dang on minister. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. So Zaraya said to her son and Troy at one point that she think that this may have been too much for Karen. Then why the fuck did y'all invite her to the church if you felt like this was too much for her? Zaraya and her ponytail get on my nerves. That's all I gotta say. Is Zaraya and her ponytail get on my nerves. But like I said, you could clearly see that Karen was visibly uncomfortable. They tried to get her to come back in a few times, and she was like, no, I'm not going back in. Now we'll ask the question of how long was that damn sermon? How long was church service? Now, when Miss Karen said she expected to be in there for 20 minutes, I was like, now, Miss Karen, I don't know what churches you have been to, but the ones that I've been to, you ain't gonna be in there no 20 minutes. 20 minutes ain't happening. You may, like my church, you're gonna be in there about an hour. You're gonna be in there about a good hour, right? And I've been to somewhere you're gonna be in there. I have a cousin that has a church, right? And we went to his very first sermon. We went to his first Sunday where he preached, and we were there about a good 2 hours. We were there a good while, but you know, it's my cousin, so it wasn't a big deal to me. But yeah, I don't know where Miss Karen thought she was going for 20 minutes. Girl, you'd be lucky to get 30, but I mean, you're gonna probably get an hour in church, right? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah. So she did meet her parents. She was still high as hell. She was still high as hell. But it is what it is. Like I said earlier, I really think that Karen just was high on top of, she got something touched her with the sermon. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll go ahead and pause here and wrap up this episode. My God, today. Shantae, and we're going to call him liar, you guys, because ain't nothing, and I mean not a damn thing, truthful about True. So the man we gonna call so Untrue, aka liar. Hell to the no. So the beginning of the episode, we see as he found her Shantae in her car. She was still breaking down crying, right? And he telling her he wants to be friends with her. I would have said, motherfucker, get out of my car. Shantae got out of the car and then got back in, but then he got out and she left, right? And he's like, I don't want, he said, because he said he wanted to be friends with her because he don't have no other female. I'm a female to talk to. I'm a female. Like, oh my God. Like, are you serious, bro? So we fast forward 14 months. So Shantae and True broke up. When she said it's been, not 14 months, 14 weeks. My bad, you guys, 14 weeks. When she said 14 weeks, now mind you, I have been seeing this on social media that people were saying that she was pregnant. But when she said 14 weeks, I was like, that's oddly specific that you have a number of 14 weeks. I was like, this heifer pregnant. So she got another job. She moved into a cheaper home, right? So she's going to go see her best friend and her daughter who's pregnant. Oh my God. That is, let me stop laughing because that's my story. Like, I'm laughing at her, but that's literally my story because I have an aunt and an uncle that is a few months older than me, and I have an aunt that is a year younger than me. So I can't laugh at Shantae because it's the same with me, right? Like I said, I have an uncle. My uncle was born in December of 1 year, and I was born in July of the next year. So we're literally just a few months apart from each other, right? And then my aunt was born, I don't know when her birthday is, but I know her birthday is the year after I know she was born the precise next year after I was born. And I think her birthday is after my birthday. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm a full year older than she is. But my uncle, we are literally just a few months apart. Like, when he has his birthday this year, he'll turn the next age, and then a few months later, I'll turn the same age as him. Child, and it ain't just me, right? Because, well, my older brother is older than him, my uncle. But then I have a cousin that's my age, and so it's the same for me and her. Both of them one is older than us, one is younger than us, right? And then my other cousins, they're all older than them, but not by much. Maybe they got a good, nope, because he's a year younger than me. Those two are about 2 or 3 years. So yeah, and then my little brother, now my younger siblings, child, I'm giving y'all my family history, and that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But yeah. So Shantae lets her best friend and her sister and her daughter know that she's pregnant. And we see that her and True have been messaging each other, but they haven't talked to each other, right? And Shantae let us know that she's having twins. Now, when she showed them that picture of her sonogram, I just happened to notice Shantae's, I was looking at her nails. I was like, girl, your nails are dirty. I'm sorry, I noticed. I like Misha say on her reviews that she gives a whole lot of detail. I do too, because I see a lot of detail. And I noticed that Shantae's nails were dirty. Very dirty. But hey, so she also told him that she originally did intend to end the pregnancy, but she decided not to. Girl, good luck with that. You having twins, bitch. Oh God, twins. But you know what? I think they back together. I literally do think that they are together. I have so many comments and questions about that because, girl, why? Have you not been watching the last few episodes? Did you not watch last week's episode? Have you not watched this week's episode? Well, I'm sure you have now. I hope you end things with him because he was playing in your face last week with that thirsty ass Tisha who wants to be called Shantae. Girl, fuck you. I ain't calling you Shantae. I'm calling you Tisha, thirsty ass. Then in this week's episode, so Liar doesn't live with his mama. He done fell out with his mama and his sister because thirsty ass Tisha done told his mama them something. He didn't say what she told him, but the thirsty ass thirst bucket told his mama them something. Then his PO found out he ain't staying where he's supposed to be staying. He has a roommate. Shantae asked, is it a woman or a man? He said it's a man, but to the producers, he told them it's a woman. I was like, I knew you was fucking lying. Like, you can't do shit but lie. That's all you know how to do is lie. That's why I call you untrue, and now I'm calling you liar, because all you do is fucking lie. So Shantae let him know that she was pregnant, right? And he asked her about who. I was like, nigga, say what now? About who? But I would have hung that phone up in his face. The minute that nigga would have said by who, I would have hung the phone up in his goddamn face. Bitch, by your ass. Who the fuck else I'm gonna be pregnant by, hoe? The fuck? Bitch, I would have hung that phone up in that nigga's face. Click. 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 Would have clicked that motherfucker quickly. But that was the episode, you guys. He said he gonna come out there and see her. She said don't come out there and see her. Girl, you really don't have that much wiggle room with that one because you are pregnant with his kids. So good luck with that. Good luck to them. Again, like I said, I think they're still together. Shantae, I want better for you. I want better for you, sis. That's all I gotta say is I want better for you. Like the video, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.